What's going on, guys? We're about to be working on the Mustang today. I'm going to teach some of you newbies how to do an oil change on a 4-valve Mustang. It's pretty simple, but for those that don't know, stay tuned. Let's head to it. So this is the type of oil I like to use. I like to use a Mobil 1, high mileage. Well, my Mustang right now, it's on 131,000 miles. All of my cars, I use Mobil 1. Mobil 1 is always the best oil that I could use. I mean, I've been using it for my Subi, my Infiniti, and my Mustang. Even though the 4 valves, it says to use 5W20, I always run the 5W30. I always run thicker because I feel like that's why these engines start ticking so fast, because people follow the I think Ford fucked up on going 5W20 because it's so thin. It's better to use thicker oil because my valve started ticking. I think it's the valve or a lifter started ticking, which is normal on these cars. But I think it's because Ford made everybody use thinner oil. I started using thicker oil and the tick started going like quieter. So hopefully that was the problem, because the old owner would always use 520 or thinner. Ever since I got this car, when I changed the oil to the 520, it started ticking. I was like, what the fuck? And then when I told the dealership, I was like, hey, the car's ticking. He's like, what oil did you use? I told him I used the 520. They're like, no, you had to use the 530. So I think that's why these cars start ticking later on in the miles they get, because they start ticking like 150 something K miles. That's what I was told. But mine's at 130, so it did it a lot sooner. I think it's because the old owner would go follow the rules or on the paper of the car. Well, this is right here, 520, right? So everybody would just follow that, but it's too thin. I think it's too thin. I've been using this 530 on every single car I have. Every single car. This is the oil filter that I use. I think this is the best oil filter in my opinion, even though it's expensive. You know, it's better to have expensive stuff than cheap stuff on your cars. Then you're gonna end up regretting it once they break. But Castrol, I tried using Castrol, and it made all my cars throw out hella smoke, which I did not like. That experience was in the Subaru. Subarus do not like Castrol. I tried it. Since I was straight pipe, it just shot hella smoke. I didn't like that shit. But when I moved to Mobil 1, it stopped smoking. Like, it actually, the smoking actually went away a little bit. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not sponsored by Mobil 1, but if Mobil 1 wants to sponsor me, hey, by all means, bro, I'll take it. I'm just sharing my opinions between oils, but this is the best oil that I've been using all the time. I'm not saying this is the oil you should run. I'm just giving you guys like a little idea of like my experiences between all types of oil. But this is the best I've been using. So I'm gonna use a 13mm socket to remove the bolt under the oil pan. And this is the tool I'm gonna use to remove the filter. It's actually gonna be the first time I ever use this tool. It looks kind of handy, so we'll see if this works. But if you guys are interested, I'll leave the link to where you guys could buy this. I got it on Amazon, so I'll leave the link in the description down below. I'll just head to it. I forgot to tell you guys, my dad's actually the new owner of the Subi, so it's still in the family. It's still here. That's a good thing. I'm always gonna see it here. It's always gonna be in the happy place. Almost forgot to take the fucking tower. Safety first, guys. Don't forget. All right, guys, we got her up and ready to drain the oil. So I always like to put it there on the frame of the car, just in case the fucking jack fails. It goes down and then it just falls on the tower. That's probably my best location to put the tower at. So here are the fog lights. You see right there, you had to get 2 bolts from each side. That was a bitch to get. So it took me at least like almost an hour for each side. This is fucking terrible. Anyway, let's not get distracted. Let's get to it on changing the oil. There's the bolt right here. It's 13mm. That's what I like using. Let's use to it. Yep, fits. Get it loose. This is not a proper oil pan, but this will do for now. Look at that, she dirty. It's only been like what, 2 months? Let me change that, because I barely move this car only on the weekends. All right, so the filter is right there, as you can see. I did try it a lot of attempts to get it off, but it only took like 2 attempts because it was hella tight in there. Pod, what you mean by that? Yeah, so it was up there, and now it makes it easier. I should have bought these tools a long time ago. They work perfectly. You just gotta squeeze these, and then just you know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you gotta lefty loosey the shit, and then it'll come off. The reason why it's so dirty right here is because up there, as soon as you remove that fucking filter, it'll start leaking everything. Like you have no choice. Ford designers, I don't know why they did that. They did it like that. All this shit in the way, and yeah, that's why it's all like this. I would clean it all the time. It will be nice and clean. But then I got to the point where I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna take it off and then wipe everything off. But I know it's lazy, but you have no choice. It'll leak no matter what, all over the place. All right, let's put the bolt back on. It looks like it stopped draining. Let's get to the filter. All right, so let's start getting this filter off. I guess it's loose enough to where I can take it off by hand, because I don't want me to start leaking everywhere. I think it's loose enough. Yeah, listen. So I cleaned up that sensor that you guys saw that was super dirty. It's because of the filter. And when you remove that filter, it gets hella dirty right here. I just cleaned it up right now. And I gotta clean that little bolt hole. But let's get this filter off. Damn, it's tough to get in here. You see how it's getting on everything? I fucking hate that shit. Gotta be very careful removing this one. Okay. The easiest way is the little axis right here. Remove it. There you go. Nice and easy. Put this aside. Actually, I'm gonna drain it. That's super dirty. Jesus. Put this aside. Alright, let's start wiping all of that stuff off. It's super annoying. Now you see, guys, what I have to deal with every time I do an oil change. So it gets annoying. Gotta wipe all this frame off. Everything right here. Look at that. Always make sure that's really clean rope right here. I actually got a razor. I was actually unlucky when I did my first oil change on this car. It had this stuck on there, man. I had to get a razor and scrape all of it. Obviously, it was nice and shiny. Make sure when you remove that filter, this little O-ring comes out of it too. Because if it don't, and you put the other filter with that other O-ring, you're gonna have a big ass mess. So be careful and make sure this is nice and clean. If it's not, I will clean it with a little razor and make sure it's nice and shiny right here. That way it's nice and flat. The flatter the surface, the better it'll seal. I learned that with the head of gaskets. That's super easy. The things I do for you guys, it's raining hella bad out here. Look at that. Got a fucking puddle right here. But I'm here to show you guys how to do your own oil change on these Mustangs, because for the new people, you know. But yeah, let's get to it before it starts getting worse than that. What I like to do before I install these, it depends on how the engine is. If it's up, it's better we put oil inside. That way, it's a lot better for the filter. When you install it, the oil is you already got oil in there, so it's a lot better for your motor. But for my case, it's sideways. So the only thing I would do is just this is what I do. So you gotta I just open it. Just put a little bit on the threads. So it's a lot easier for you to remove it when you have doing the next oil change. Put all over the threads. We'll focus right here real quick. All over the threads and the O-ring. Alright, let's install the new filter in. Same way, just this time you're just gonna tighten it right on. See, I'm gonna need both of my hands for this. Just barely have any space in here. It's in there. Imagine not the right filter. That would suck. No way, really? I wouldn't recommend using no tools to tighten this, because if you want to loosen it, it's going to be fucking tough as fuck to get it out, because once this car gets heated, this filter gets it gets stuck on that thread. So that's why you see me put all that oil on the thread, so it'll be a lot easier to bring it out. But do not use no tools to remove to tighten this, only to loosen it. If you have weak arms, weak strength, I mean, I would just use the tool just a little bit. Don't overdo it. Just a little bit, and that's it. Because it would literally like get stuck on there on its own because of all the heat. You might see some dirty stuff like this rusted, or these hoses, metal hoses, aluminum. I don't know what the hell they are. I think they're for the power steering. I don't know. They're for the radiator. It'll all be changed up because I'm gonna get a better radiator, an aluminum radiator actually. It's a lot better if you get an aluminum for like racing, sport, like track and stuff. But this is not a track car. It's not gonna be a track car. Well, probably in the drag strip once it's ready to do runs with the supercharger. Basically Cobra, not a Cobra swap, because it's basically a Cobra but without the supercharger. Yeah. So that's why you'll see some stuff that's not haven't been changed yet. Because this basically, I got this car as a project car. I sold my Subi to get a family car because I'm already married and planning on having a family. So I was like, let me sell the Subi, and then I'll pick this up at the dealership. When I saw this at the dealership, I'm like, this is perfect, because you don't be seeing these Mach 1s around like that anymore. You mostly see GT, once in a while the Cobra, SVT Cobra, without the supercharger, or supercharged ones, the Terminators. But a Mach 1, it's kind of rare to see a Mach 1 around. I actually haven't seen a Mach 1 around the Bay Area in a minute. Alright, so let's add the oil. You do not want to add the oil while the car is tilted sideways or lifted, because you're not going to get an exact reading on the dipstick. So let's bring this baby down. Remember, you always remember to remove your tower first. And bring this baby down. Alright, so let's add our oil. I forgot to mention, I actually like using this STP oil treatment. The reason I like using this STP oil treatment because I beat this car a lot. I run it, sometimes I do donuts, so once in a while, because I got some thick ass tires in the back, so it's impossible, only in the rain. Yeah, because this is my weekend car for the car meets. Sometimes when I'm on the freeway, I want to have some fun in Mexico, you know. We out there in Mexico sometimes on the highways, having fun. I love this car. This car is pretty fun. So I want this shit to last, so I always use this one for protection. For those that don't know, that these 4 valves tend to burn a lot of oil. So this would actually reduce it just a little bit, not much. It'll actually reduce the oil burning and the wear on this engine. This oil actually runs super thick. That's why I like using it. I only use 1 bottle. If you're gonna use this, only use 1 bottle. I won't recommend using more than that, because do not damage your engine. I use this because of the ticking I have on this side. They say it's my 8-cylinder that's ticking, because it's normal for these cars on the driver's side to start ticking. But I think the ticking is actually a valve or a lifter, so that's why I use this oil. It kind of reduces the little ticking noise, just a little bit. Not as much, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, you know? So, I'd rather use that thick oil. Just 1 bottle. I'll actually show you how thick this oil is. Alright, so. Look at that. She looks like glue. It's gonna take a minute. Alright, so this baby is nice and full, as you can see. I actually had to add a little bit more of this quart just for it to get full. But yeah, let's get this baby started. Get you guys a cool start. Look how dirty this oil is. Jeez. see if you guys can actually hear that tick. Sounds like somewhere in the back. It's not as loud. Ever since I started using that STP oil, it reduced it just a little bit. I feel like I should have used it just a little bit more, but I won't recommend that. Look at these brand new tires too. Damn, look how bad it's rubbing right here. So me and my dad cut this, the little lip from the fender, quarter panel right here. So it wouldn't rub, but it still rubs. It only rubs when I go up a ramp or something. It's kind of looking like it's rubbing right here in this little corner. I'm gonna have to shave it just a little off on this corner. I'll show you guys a clip how we shaved this off. We used a little grinder and sand it down and stuff. It's funny because it only rubs on this side. I think it's because probably the gas tank. It makes this wheel come a little out and the other one more in. Well, I'll show you guys the other side right now. Yeah. That's how bad it's rubbing. Yeah, you see how the wheel's more in on this side? It barely rubs on this side compared to the other side. Look at that. Barely. The other one's like destroyed on the other side. But this wheel's more inside for some reason. Probably it has to do with the gas tank. But yeah, I felt like I should have got some 35s instead of the 40s. But I wanted the 40s so I could get the whole wheel, because I hate having gap. And you can't adjust these coils. I don't know why. They just sit like they just, as soon as you install them, they sit where they sit. You just adjust how like how stiff you want it, how soft you want it. Pause, what you mean by that? But yeah. But I mean, it's great for now until I roll. If I roll it and it still rubs, I'm gonna have to go get a different tire size. Yeah, because I do not want the new paint job to crack because of these tires. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go just a little down on the wall, just 35, because I'm running 40 right now. Refurbish these rims. Just gotta get rid of all these curb rashes, repaint them, because I actually like the saline rims. I think they're replicas from American Muscle, because I think they say on the little corners right here, saline on each rim. Yeah, but they're pretty nice though. It's a little dirty though. They look fogged up. See, dirty. I'm gonna have to get these cleaned up, repainted, fixed up, or just buy some new ones. Thank you guys for watching. This is how I do my oil change on my 2003 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Please like, share, and comment for some more videos like this. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Swear to God that I came up, same stuff, never changed up. Taking shots, get your aim up. Wanna play, get your game up. And I see you hating, so you know I gotta ask. You mad, bro? I said, tell me what you mad for. You mad, bro? Yo, I said, tell me what you mad for. You mad, bro?